Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Swarm Gaming. Yes, it is the Noob. The Noob is doing another quest for the Mythic Egg in Bearby. And I am here with my mentor, Swarm Master 1. He is helping me today with pollen collection as quick as possible, with the goo, with the sprinkler. This is actually saving me money because I don't have to buy a new sprinkler and I don't have to use the tickets that I've been saving to get the gummy bee, which is kind of interesting because if you look at my tickets, since I don't have to think about them, I have 2,893. So I'm actually quite excited about that. The other thing that I'm excited about is I've been looking at the Mythic Bee quest, and there's stingers in there. Just one, I believe, and it only gives 5. But if you look at how much a stinger costs, one stinger is 10 tickets, right? So 5 stingers, if you know your multiplication, 5 times 10, that's 50 tickets. And tickets is a lot of honey money, especially if you go up to the ticket shop. And let's just jump up there really quick. If you're like a noob, honey money is quite important. Oh, the bees are out. And as a noob, every time you see the bees, you want to. And, oh, vicious bees out too. Oh my goodness. It's like as soon as I want to do something. Okay, so we were talking about stingers, and it's like all of a sudden the game goes, alright, well, you want to talk about stingers? Well, we can do the tickets, but even better yet, let's let's get a vicious bee. And I'm on video too. Oh, this is awesome. So I've never done a video where there's actually a vicious bee. So the noob fights a vicious bee. That might be my title, but I don't know. I don't know. So this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. Now, if this was where I was just fighting a vicious bee, then that's interesting. So anyway, let me do a quick note. Since this is my private server, what I have been doing is every once in a while I'll be just going from the fields where the vicious bee is, except for Pepperfield because I don't have 35 bees yet, right? And I'll just kind of go around and around, checking the different fields, cactus, uh, rose, mountaintop, spider, clover, and just checking to see if he's there, right? Just checking to see if he's there. And eventually he does show up. There's 3. Now look, 3 stingers. 3 times 10, that's 30 tickets. That's 30 tickets, right? So let's go up to see actually how much one ticket would be. Now, it's not going to be a straight number, but, and of course I'm not going to stop and do the multiplication, but let's actually see how much it would cost. Now, of course, at the very beginning, my plan was to get Gummy Bee with the tickets, buy it as much as I could, about like 800, go down, get 2,400 gumdrops, and then earn the other 100 pretty fast. But let's open this up. One ticket is 159,000 honey. But we want to get Vicious Bee and get like 100. 29 million. Is there anything more than that? 500 tickets? That's actually 50 stingers. Okay. So for 50 stingers, we would need 1.6 billion. That's kind of like the pedal one. So for 10 stingers, it's 29 billion. We got 3 stingers, right? So 1.6 million. So that's pretty easy. So what we got was 1.6, that's 3. So about 4.5 million honey money. That's what it would cost. 4.5 million honey to get the tickets needed to get the stingers. And of course, after this, it would go up some more. Not a good deal. Not a good deal. Now I have enough money to get another hive slot, but I'm not going to be worried about that. So anyway, so what I do at night when I'm kind of done with like the missions, for the most part, is I kind of hunt for stingers as a primary. You know, I just kind of go around. I don't want to focus on the field. I just want to see if I can find a stinger. And probably about every 20-30 minutes, I will find a stinger. I kind of think that's how it is every 20-30 minutes. I did use a night bell, and I'm guessing that the night bell isn't going to give you a gifted or a high. Ooh, the pumpkin is going to give me something special. Okay, it's a white field, so I think it's kind of like a mixed bag. Royal jelly, good stuff. Treats. Pineapple, it's going to help with making enzymes. Pineapple, enzymes, alright. Where's the other one? Ah, there it is. Sunflower seeds, strawberry. Talking about red extract and oils. Good stuff. Okay, speaking of the honeycomb belt, I did the oils. That's done. Really close to completing the enzymes. I have enough of the pineapples. I'm just looking at the royal jelly. Royal jelly is going to come because of the ant challenges. That's going to give it to me, as well as periodic sprouts. The money part, that's kind of why I'm holding off, because I believe the honeycomb belt is like 100 million. So I have it, and I'm not going to go hive crazy. I know I keep telling you guys that. That's kind of a reinforcement to people who don't watch my videos all the time, and maybe this is the first one, and they're going, well, what's hive crazy? Hive crazy is people get to this point and they're like, oh, I can get to the 35B zone. Well, let's say you don't have the whites set up. Well, try to get the two important whites setups, the tool and the pack. Don't go into the 35B zone without this, because you want to be able to farm there with the best stuff possible, right? Because Spirit Bear is going to give you some like major quests. I mean, if you think Blackberry is going to give you some honey money possibilities, you know, his stuff is pretty major. Now, I'm not saying you need to complete Black Bear before you go into the 35B zone. But what I'm saying is that you should be at least at the Mythic Egg Quest, in my view, right? And you should have the most Mythic Bees possible. Speaking of Mythic Bees, that's also been a focus of mine. Now I have like 32 bees, and half of my bees are Mythic, and most of them are rare, which is really cool because the rare bees they're kind of like the bare bones of a house. You have to have them. You know, you may say, I really don't want them, but let's be truthful. I mean, they provide the framework of like what you have, and I have on a no rage, um, my base attack is about like 300, a little above 300. You add a stack of 3 rage, it gets up to about like 400. I have a low critical power, low crit chance, but my badges are in the ace zone. So things like that are going to increase, and I can bring down sprouts. I can bring down, I believe, up to a level 6 Vicious Bee by myself. I can take down Mondo Chick. I need help with my mentor to take down a Commando Chick, but I'm up to, I believe, 30 right now. You know, I had someone the other day saying all they want is a mythic egg. They have 34 or 35 bees, and I'm trying to tell this person, look, when you're a noob, because one of my definitions of noob right now is you're not mid-level until you can beat all the mods. Now maybe we'll leave Snail out of it because I do believe that you need Vicious Bee, and if you're a free-to-play player, you can't buy a lot of tickets, especially if you don't have a mentor and you need that that goo. You can't take the tickets to get Vicious Bee, right? You're going to have to get Gummy Bee, or you're going to have to follow people around to get that goo. And following people around can take some time, right? Or you make a lot of friends and hope that one of them has the Gummy Mask and say, hey, can you help me out here, meet me at whatever field that I need to do, and spread some like goo around. Alright, so me and my mentor are emptying out our packs, and we are going to go to the next 15B zone and complete this. Also in this, I found out that I get a couple star jellies. So I get some stingers, I get some star jellies, which means that now that I have more gifted bees, possibly I can get some dupes. Hopefully I won't. This also means that I might get some gifted bees that I don't want. But remember, as a noob, things aren't going to go perfect all your way. Endgame players are going to have enough stuff to reorganize their stack. As a noob, you can always reorganize later on, right? So don't think, oh man, I got this one, I got 2 bomber gifted bees, or I got 2 hasties. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Remember, gifted bees give you 1 extra royal jelly. And royal jellies are important because you need to craft things. I mean, I remember starting out, I'm crafting as a noob, thinking, I'm going to get the Gummy Mask. Well, what's the point of getting a Gummy Mask if you can't farm that much with it, right? You read it and it says, well, the instant conversion increases by 20%. The masks are based on percentages. Well, what's 20%, let's say, of like 10? 2. But let's say prior to getting the Gummy Mask, instead of 100 pollen, you're at like 10,000 pollen, right? Let's say, for instance, you get the Gummy Mask. What's 20% of like 10,000? It's 2,000. So wouldn't you rather have the Honey Mask, which I would say you have to have because it has the passive coin scatter, and the Gummy Mask does have that passive, but you need the Honey Mask first. But that's kind of like beside the point. Since these masks are based on percentages, you don't want to craft with the idea that you're going to get the Gummy Mask. That's a mistake that I made, is I was thinking, like long-term, big-term, getting the masks. And that's what the other videos do, is they say, oh, you need to craft this because the Gummy Mask needs, I want to say like 250 glue and 100 enzymes and 100 glitter and this and that and whatever. And then after I got it, I'm like, oh man, I need another belt. Oh, dude, the honeycomb belt. That's awesome. I'm gonna get that. Dude, I'm going to upgrade my shoulder pads. I mean my guards to the highest one in the Riley shop and the Cobalt shop. That's gonna help me out. But I had the Gummy Mask too. And then I noticed, oh, wow, the Gummy Mask is pretty good. No, it wasn't the Gummy Mask. It was the honeycomb belt. It was the guards. But I was able to get the guards. I was able to get the honeycomb belt, not because I had the mask, but because it was so much easier to get. So starting with Beast Swarm Master 1, I took the opposite approach. I got those things first, and after getting those things, getting the Gummy Mask was easier because I was able to farm faster. I was able to get to a point where fighting the snail was easier because I had the guards. And then I could get the fire mask, and yes, it took 16 hours, but I didn't have to worry in not beating it. I had a higher defense because I knew that go to polar bear. Make sure that your bees don't get tired really quick. But before you go to snail, there's things you have to do. You have to make sure that you can beat every other mod easily. I mean, there's still people who have more bees than me that say, "How do I beat snail bees? I can't beat tunnel bear." I don't know why I keep saying snail. I can't beat tunnel bear. I just can't do it. And I look at their hive, and yes, they completed Mother Bear's final quest, and they got the star treat. You know what I fed my star treat to? Diamond bee. Yeah, to Diamond bee. I fed my star treat to Diamond bee. Why? Why would I feed a star treat to Diamond bee? Does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Other bees increase blue pollen. All this bee does is just make the convert to the hive faster. Does really a couple seconds really make a difference? I mean, that's when you can go through your tabs and see your bees, read up on the bees, learn more about what you have, think about your goals, take a breather, get something to drink. But I did the diamond bee. Yeah. So that account is, I'm ashamed of it. But that's when I said, you know what? I'm not going to go hive crazy. I am going to do efficiency. In this one, I'm also doing efficiency because it is the best way to go. But I'm also looking at, I don't want to do the same thing as Bee Swarm Master 1. One thing that I took out of my mind right away is the Windy Bee. Because I knew if one of my thoughts was, look at the pollens already full. That is just a beautiful thing. Is I knew if I thought, look, I'm going to aim for the Windy Bee. Windy Bee is great. But if I had the aim of getting the Windy Bee, I'd drive myself crazy. Because it is difficult to get that Windy Bee because it's based on chance. It has a whole different focus. So the noob here, obviously today, is to go through the Black Bear Mythic quest to upgrade the bee levels, and is just to constantly move forward. Do commando chick, and I'll let you guys know by the end of the day, or periodically, what's going on. I want to get my stingers going too. And as always, It's going to be the help with a mentor. If you want me to be your mentor, let me know through chat or through the videos. Subscribe and leave comments. Make them specific. I am always here to help. You know that. I have seen it through the words, obviously. All right. I'm checking out. Bye.